Tell us a little bit about the program. What was the genesis of it? And what kind of students are you hoping to attract?
The Bachelor of Business Administration program is a degree completion program for adults. We decided on a project-based approach as opposed to courses because the students who would be in this program, adults, are working full-time, have full-time lives, and they need something that will work for them. But we also decided to make the program be project-based because we wanted it to be about what students can do when they finish the program. Not simply about what they know, which is typically what we look at in a test-type program, but what they can do with what they know. So it's skill-based for adults, it's self-paced, and it works for students who need that sort of an environment.
So would this work for a kid who's just coming out of college, or do your students have to have some sort of life skills, life experiences to draw upon in order to be in this?
One of the beauties of the program is that what you already can do, you can bring into the program with you. You don't have to repeat what you already know. You apply what you already know on a project and move to the next project if you're able to complete that. So we built it that way very specifically. We wanted it to be the case that it recognized what students knew and also the additional knowledge that we gave them.
So give me an example of what kind of projects the students work on.
Well, what we did is we tried to mirror exactly how business works. So students start with how the market works, what the market looks like, how the clients and consumers of the company are evolving. Then we look inside the firm and see how the firm is doing financially, economically, how they're managing their processes, establishing benchmarks. And then, of course, we couple all that information together in a leadership and strategy to develop all the different parts about business, put them all together, and the students end in a business plan where they marry it all up and come up with a great idea for a compelling business.
So, and you call this a degree completion program.
That's right.
Why target this? This seems like there's not a lot of programs out there like this one. You obviously saw a need in the marketplace for people who are in the workforce but can't advance because they don't have a degree, or they're looking to do something else and finding some walls because they don't have a degree. How long did it take you to decide upon this model, or decide that this was a market that you would be able to have some success in?
Utah follows the national trend. Nationally in education, the number of students who are completing degrees at a traditional age is changing. And in fact, in Utah, the rate of degree completion is lower than some other states. So we decided about 3 years ago that we were going to develop a program that was specifically for this audience, this growing audience, the number of students who were adults who were working full-time and had never had an opportunity to complete their degree. So we built it specifically for that market. This model doesn't work as well for the 18-year-old student, because I think the value that an adult brings into it and what really makes this click is the context that they've already got, the experiences that they've already achieved, coupling that with the education that we provide and the coaching and mentoring that our faculty provide, and building these projects which mirror the way that business works and mirror the types of things that executives are looking for future leaders to be able to do.
So the professors serve as sort of mentors because it is project-based, and the students have to work on their own. Was it hard getting professors on board with this to serve as a mentor? Because usually when you're thinking of school, you think of class time, you think of research, writing papers, and taking tests to test your knowledge. Was it hard to get professors on board with this?
As I mentioned, we started this program about 3 years ago, and first of all, we established best practices for a program like this. We spent a lot of time researching what works and what doesn't. And then we laid it out to some potential faculty, and surprise, there were a lot of faculty who saw the value and the beauty in what we wanted to do. And a lot of those faculty came aboard. It's different, though, for the faculty member. The faculty member has to be willing to change the orientation. The typical faculty member stands in front of the class, shares all kinds of knowledge, challenges the students en masse. In this program, we challenge students individually. There may be one student who has a lot of experience in my area or in a project that I'm working with. I may not spend as much time with that student, but the next student I may spend a lot of time with. It's actually the case, it's my belief, that a student in this program spends more personal time with an individual faculty member than in a traditional program.
What's the average completion time for the program? How long is it a 2-year program? Is it a 3-year program? How long do students take to get all the way through it?
Since it's a degree completion program, it equates to the junior and senior year. An equivalent, it's the junior senior year. We estimate, and our progress rate so far would confirm that the completion rate will be somewhere between 15 and 18 months for the typical student. We've got our first cohort to start this past August, but the rate that they're completing, it looks like they'll be able to finish in about 15 to 18 months.
About 15 to 18 months. And so when these students get out, when they hit the life outside of college, where they have their degree in hand right now, what do you estimate? And obviously it's hard to look into the future, but what are these students leaving with, when, as opposed to what they came in with? Obviously it's a degree, but what else are they leaving with that translates into the outside world?
This is one of the beauties of the program. When we started this program, we met with executives from national and international firms from all over the world. And we asked them, what are the things that a business executive needs to be able to do successfully to be successful in today's global business? And we developed that list. And we can tell you the way that this program works, when a student graduates, they have to have mastered that entire list of those competencies. For example, one of the competencies is that a student who graduates in this program has to be able to successfully defend a business idea, successfully present a business idea. So not only do students write papers or take tests or that sort of thing, but they're actually preparing analysis and then presenting it and getting critiqued on the way that they present that, such that by the time they finish this program, they can do that. They can do the analysis that executives need to be able to do. They can think in the manners that executives need to be able to do. They know the business content, the marketing, the finance, the accounting, but they also can do the activities, the skills that an executive needs to be able to do.
So they're able to come out of college, and instead of being at an entry-level position, they have life experience and now a degree that will push them beyond where they were when they came in.
That's right. You can see that this person has experience. They've mastered all the skills. They've got their results of their projects, the financial analysis they built. They've got that. They can show that to anybody who wants to see it. They're ready to make the jump to the next level in their career.